Well, the airplane's quick and dirty. I mean, you're gonna die quick and hit the ground quick, so it's all gonna be over. This right here would be a long, slow, painful death.
We will both embrace this fear and this challenge together.
I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.
We have arrived. Where in the world is DNL? Season 3, The Challenge. This season, we've asked agents and me to embrace a fear and tackle a challenge. More of that later. For episode 1, we're coming to you from a nice little suburb of Kansas City. It's the site of some recent investment in revitalization, where you'll find local clothing boutiques, restaurants, breweries, a record shop, and even a gourmet popcorn shop. But this place means the most to us because it's the original home of DLTransport. Back in the early 2000s on the second story of an old hotel building. Where in the world is DNL? Welcome to downtown Overland Park. Let's light this season up. So we're at the Peanut. Now in Kansas City, the second biggest debate behind where's the best barbecue is where's the best wing. And I will tell you, the Peanut is consistently #1 on that list. Let's go try some wings.
I was mentioning the second, maybe biggest debate in Kansas City is where's the best wing?
Absolutely. We've got the best wings in town, hands down. They're full, so we don't do flats or drums. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, but they're the best.
All right, Josh, so we're gonna take your word for it. We'll take 3 wings and fries, and then we'll do a triple BLT. That's the best wing in town. Oh yeah, that's good. Whew. Not gonna lie, the hype is legit. Best wings in town, but again, that BLT, oh baby. Gotta try another one. Let's see what other trouble we can get into in downtown Overland Park. So my sweet tooth radar is always up, and I have found pop culture down here in downtown Overland Park. This place was opened by a husband and wife team, the husband an executive chef, the wife a dietitian, to provide great, delicious popcorn and creamery. Let's go take a look. Is this a tasting wall? I love that concept. I've seen that with breweries before, never with popcorn, so my eyes went right to Dr. Pepper. Have you tried that one?
Yes. I have tried every single one of these.
Okay.
And they call me the mix master because I come up with these mixes that tend to do really well.
Okay.
And so...
I love it. Can I start with Dr. Pepper?
Please do.
Just to wet the palate.
Yeah, please do.
And then I'm gonna do a mix based on your recommendation.
Okay. Loaded potato, chili lime, and then cheese. Ultra loaded potato.
Ultra loaded potato. Here we go. Okay. Let me just take a taste.
It's
like wine, fine wine.
It's a Cajun flavor. But
Combine these together.
yep.
You're smiling. Am I in for a treat here?
Yep.
Sweet, savory. That slap yo uncle? All right. Whew. I have a new top 3 sweet spot, pop culture. Tried some popcorn, ate some delicious cream. Let's go check out some more in downtown Overland Park. In view is the proud original home of DLTransport. Back in 2005, second story of this old hotel building, right about in the middle card tables, flip phones, a lot of energy brought us to where we are right now, the original home. It's a great spot. So we are pumped to be out here at Shawnee Mission Park. We're just west of Overland Park, but this is a hidden gem in the Kansas City metro area. 1,600 acres, a 44-acre dog park, and then a lake that's over 120 acres. I know you love coming out here, decompress. Tell me about this park.
Yeah, my dog takes me here just about every day. I like to say he brings me out here, and it's just a moment to get out of the grind, connect with nature, let the dog run, and just get outside and get some fresh air.
So Mark, we're out here in this beautiful park here today, and I'm really excited to hear your story. I know that you've had a lot of success in the logistics space, and your career in this space started really on the other side, on the big box side. Whereas now you're certainly having a lot of success on the agency side. But tell me a little bit about that journey, starting on the big box side and making that transition.
For 12 years, I was incarcerated in the corporate world of logistics. I say that jokingly. It was a great job, made a lot of money, really enjoyed it, and I really feel like I learned the logistics and the function of a freight broker from a very refined corporate setting. Right. I mean, they had everything dialed in, and they were constantly working to improve. So I got an inside view. It was like a freight incubator to be in that company for so long.
Now, you have one of the more, let's call it, unique agency models that we've seen. A much larger, scaled out agency model. Tell me a little bit about your model and why you opted to go that direction.
Basically, I didn't want to build a book of business. I wanted to build a bunch of books of business, or a company, and empower others to build books of business. For that reason, I want to take what I've learned, take this beautiful industry that is really the circulatory system of the American economy, and connect other people with it.
And one of the things that I love about what you've done and what we really promote is you've built something that's your own, Fast Cat Freight. That's Mark Butler's and your teams. You've built that. That's your company, your product. Now, D&L is certainly involved as a parent company or an agency for D&L, but you've really built something special that has some value. Would you agree? And what do you think of that?
When I have somebody in a rural part of America making $70,000 from home, that's rewarding to me. We're in the people business. We just happen to be moving freight. So as long as you put the people first, everything else is going to fall into place. And so yeah, I do feel like we built something valuable, and I approach it from a collaborative mindset. I don't know it all, and I have folks that are great with heavy haul, great with oversized, great with LTL. I want to leverage all of their knowledge and experience because I don't have all the answers.
That's huge.
Yeah.
For folks that are in the brokerage space that are having some success, but just can't quite figure out how to take it to the next level, to grow, to scale, can you duplicate what you've done? And what would you tell someone who is contemplating going from one or two folks in their office to really building something much larger like you've done?
I think it boils down to a mindset shift. And I've got friends who have large books of business, agency offices, who have asked me the same thing. When you look at it like I don't really ever frontline service customers. That is how I started my agency. I'm empowering others, I'm teaching others how to do it, and I do jump in on Zooms to get prospects off the fence, or obviously if there's an escalation issue, I jump in, but my mindset is empowerment, right? So what happens is if a person has an established book of business, that book of business is eating up their time, right? That's why they're having a hard time scaling, and they're having a hard time probably shifting the mindset of letting go of control and letting someone else and trusting someone else to run, customers, right? It's a 6-month process, maybe an 8-month process to get somebody to where they're not asking questions every day, all day, every day.
we both know you've had some success. You're doing very, very well in the space. Why do you think that is? I want to hear that from you. Why do you think Mark Butler, Fast Cat Freight, has had success?
That's a great question. I think it really boils down to caring about people. I mean,
Love that.
Honestly, all the industry aside, I am passionate about the industry. I love the freight industry, and it's been so great to me, but I love the people more. And I do, every day I wake up and that's what's first on my mind is what can I do to enhance their experience, to empower them. And a lot of that comes with, and this is hard for a lot of leaders, is taking your hands off and asking for collaboration and letting people run with it, even if you know they're gonna fall on their face. The best lessons in freight, especially for a new freight broker, are screw ups, where they had to fix something big. And now they've got that in their file of how did I do that last time there was a reconsignment or an EON or something that went crazy, right? It's a job that requires many skill sets. And I love seeing, the most rewarding part is when somebody gets their first, either their first shipment ever or their first really decent paycheck, where I'm like, and I get a call or I get a text and they're like, hey man, this is great.
That's
this is
awesome.
working for me.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's great, Mark. So Mark, for someone who is in a situation like you were in a few years ago, you know, the analogy being sitting at the edge of that airplane getting ready to jump off and skydive. I hate heights, I'm scared. What do you tell somebody like that ready to make the leap that you made to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, great question. I would say when we're on our deathbeds, we're gonna say one of two things. I wish I had, or I'm glad I did. And I look back at some of my friends and coworkers that are still there after 20 years, still working for the man in the corporate setting, and I sort of pity them because I'm like, oh, you could do better. There's more out there. There's more autonomy. You're not gonna have to wear this outfit every day, this corporate uniform, and you're gonna be able to write your own path, right? Yeah. And the freight industry is the best industry to do that, because as long as you have internet and a phone, you can do it from anywhere.
I know that you have cuddled with lions, you've ridden on camels, you've jumped out of airplanes, you've been Cat 5 rapids, probably more. We're going up in a hot air balloon. I'm terrified of heights. What scares you about a hot air balloon?
Same thing. I feel like a hot air balloon, it would be a slow, terrifying death, whereas jumping out of an airplane would be pretty quick.
Well, thank you for putting that in my head. We will both embrace this fear and this challenge together tonight, all right?
We'll be holding each other.
The Kansas City barbecue space is competitive.
Yes, it is.
Is this the best?
If I'm not a fan of it, you'll know it. But I love Kobe sauce.
I love it.
I've eaten it and I don't ever get tired of it.
That is awesome.
This is your Crown Prime beef rib. You got your two different types of burn-ins. Those are your sausage medallions. Beef burn-ins, those are traditional. And then your pork spare ribs. Pork spare ribs are your center cut ribs, come from the center part right there. Nice, beautiful marbling through there, basted with that original barbecue sauce. Whereas your baby backs are also pork. They're just a leaner rib, come from higher up, and it's basted in the honey chipotle.
What do you think it is about you that leads to your success? Not only in a situation, because you had to sell Mark, you're also selling in the brokerage space now. What do you think you attribute some of that success to?
Being a people person, if you're passionate, like I love my job. Like I'll interview somebody and they'll have no experience. I've even hired people that have no sales experience. The things we look for are either logistics experience, you know, something in the trucking industry, or sales experience, or even bartenders. Bartenders are very outgoing. They have the right type of personality, because the majority of what we do is those cold calls on the phone. We're sales. The freight part is easy. It's the getting the customers to bring the quote to the table.
This season, we're talking a lot about embracing fears and overcoming obstacles. In the sales space, a lot of times that can be a scary endeavor, trying to develop a new relationship or cold calling. Does that scare you? And how do you embrace that? How do you overcome that?
I was scared to be on a call and not have enough knowledge, and somebody asked me a freight question, and in the spur of the moment, I don't have the answer because I'm new. You know, I don't know. And that was my fear.
How did you overcome it?
He'll tell you, I asked more questions than anybody in the history of the company.
He holds the record for sure.
Because I wanted to do things and I wanted to do it right. So I don't know how he did it. 14 of us, he was our go-to. He was the team lead for 14 people that knew nothing. And I called him and I texted him like 50 times a day. Like everything that I did, I questioned because I wanted to do it right from the get. And he was always available. He always answered. He always responded. And my first aha moment, there was a day I was on the phone, and when I hung up the phone, I realized I hadn't thought about what I was saying. It was the first conversation where I was being myself.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't focused on the answers. They just came to me. I knew them. And it was at that moment when my sales started taking off. Because you're being yourself. When you're nervous about what you're going to say, or you're apprehensive, or you're unsure, you're not truly being yourself.
Wow, what a meal. Great barbecue, great Kansas City story. Love hearing your guys' logistics journey and your story. We got to get out of here, though. We got a flight to catch. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I know what I'm wishing. You know what you're wishing?
I do.
Okay. You say,
right,
I
fellas.
wish your wish comes true.
All right. Wish your wish comes true. Season 3, Episode 1. Tackling our fears. We're about to go sky high in this balloon behind us, guys. What do you think?
Sky high, baby.
You ready for this?
A little bit nervous, a little bit.
Here's what I noticed. That basket is a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. I thought we were getting in a big basket. That thing is tiny. And by the way they test how we're gonna fly is they blow up a little birthday balloon and just throw it in the air. It doesn't seem very scientific to me. So what do you think so far?
Slightly nauseous, but...
Well, no, now the start was a little nerve-wracking.
By Earth.
Oh, this is good. See, it's serene. Until that thing goes, you have no idea how hot that is.
Okay. As long as you're calm, I'm calm. Oh, yeah, I'm no problem. So, Mark and Beth, is this scaring you at all?
Yeah, I'm somewhat scared. I'm thinking.
Now, you've jumped out of an airplane before. How does this differ?
Well, the airplane's quick and dirty. I mean, you're gonna die quick and hit the ground quick, so it's all gonna be over. This right here would be a long, slow, painful death.
Are anyone else's legs a little faint?
It just did. It just did.
I don't know about this. I'm gonna look right at this tank right here, yeah. The intent of this episode was to embrace the agent's fears. I'm the one over here gripping tight. You guys, calm is a relative term.
I should not have turned around and looked over that edge.
Nah, you're
I've
good.
been looking over that.
Oh, God, no.
You're good.
That sent me.
You're good.
That
You're
sent
good.
me.
Mark and Beth, you mentioned your mission. I love that term. It's so key for successful business, mission. Tell me a little bit about your mission.
Well, my grandson happens to be a broker with us at the age of 17 because Mark empowered a 17-year-old to become a freight broker. But he had to write a paper for his college class, and they wanted to know the business's purpose and the mission. And the purpose, obviously, is to provide quality freight services at a reasonable cost with exceptional customer service. That's the purpose. But the mission, and I don't even know if Mark did it on purpose or not, but his heart, it's all about the heart. We empower people.
Yeah.
It changes lives. We have a single mom in the middle of Wyoming with kids, population 300, no jobs. Suddenly you're a freight broker, you have a good income. We have people who are handicapped, work from home, can't get out and about and get a job, get a new career. They've got a career now. And so, it empowered me. It changed my life. It changed my daughter's life. It changed my grandson's life. And I think that's why this business model works, because it's not about the business, it's about the people.
Yeah.
And when you put the people first, the money comes. If you put the money first, if you're just statistics and buy the books and buy the numbers, it's not going to have this kind of success.
So we're getting ready to land, guys, and not only are heights a fear, but apparently landing can be a little treacherous. Are you scared?
Treacherous, yeah.
I don't tell you this, Brian. You're not going to get it. But kind of coming in on the edge and then being dragged along the ground.
I feel the same way. I'm hanging on to this side.
Hey, my left hand is not left this rope, so we are coming up on landing here, so this is part 2 of the fear of this event.
This spot isn't going to work, Rick. It may not work. See the fence post, copy. Yeah, well, let's fly on.
We're going to land eventually.
Right now, we're going to just skirt the ball field and maybe on the hill up by that shelter. We're going to come right down, tickle the bottom of the basket a little bit with this tree.
Oh, okay. That wasn't so bad.
That tickled a little bit.
That wasn't so bad. Oh, wow, that was sweet. Oh. Ooh, okay.
You good? You good?
Yep.
Try to push your weight.
Well done, Jason.
Thank you, sir.
Nicely
All right, you see us, Rick.
Whew, what a day. We got to spend some time at Shawnee Mission Park. We took a walk, heard all about Mark and Beth's journey, got to eat some delicious barbecue, but most importantly, Season 3, Episode 1, we tackled a fear. Hot air balloon, what'd you guys think?
I loved it. And the takeoff was not so good, but other than that, I loved it.
I thought it was quite unsettling for most of the ride. As we got a little closer to the planet Earth, I started to feel a little better.
You mean you're acclimated?
I acclimated.
Acclimated, that's the key word for today.
Acclimated.
Hey, we'll see you next time on Where in the World is DNL?